And a recent survey found by Intelligent found that many employers favor older workers and avoid hiring recent college graduates. It's mainly because they don't make a good first impression during the interviews. To find out why college grads are seen as unprepared for the workforce, I spoke with Joel Patterson, the founder of the Vested Group, a tech consulting firm.
With Gen Z, for several reasons, what we're seeing is and this isn't just about what I'm reading. I mean, I've experienced this when we're recruiting in our company too, and at times they don't necessarily seem like they've come prepared. Maybe their dress is a little bit sloppy, their hair isn't done properly, or they haven't prepared for the interview by doing a little bit of research. And again, you don't want to denigrate an entire generation, because I've got plenty of employees, Gen Zs, that are great employees, and they're go-getters and driven, but there are some, more often than what I've seen in the past, that show up just kind of not prepared. And it obviously, right out of the gate, you're gonna base some of your perspective on how they look, and so as soon as they show up, they've got to strike against them. And these aren't things that are really difficult to overcome. A lot of it is just understanding the etiquette and understanding what's expected of them when they walk in, and really recognizing that soft skills like eye contact and good communication really makes a difference when you're going to visit for a new job potentially.
And on that, 1 in 5 employers that were surveyed here said that the graduates showed up with a parent to the job interview. And that was one of the reasons they didn't hire them or didn't want to. Is this sort of the etiquette that we should be prepared to accept now? Should employers lower their expectations of Gen Z, or should Gen Z sort of learn these new skills and get up there with the rest of the other generations?
Well, first of all, I've never had anybody show up with a parent, but that obviously caught my eye as well. And the fact that 20% of employers have seen that's troubling, right? I mean, if you're just getting a ride, that's one thing, and they can just wait in the car. But if they're actually coming into the building or wanting to be part of an interview, that's a real problem, and wouldn't want to deal with that. But I also think that Gen Z, it's not about whether or not we lower expectations. I don't think that's it. I think they've got to be able to step up a little bit. We've got to be able to recognize that we've got to manage them differently. We've got to coach them more than manage. We don't want to micromanage them. We've got to really invest in them and try to understand what makes them tick and dive into that. We've got to be able to find that unique attribute that they have and support it, instead of just berating them for not doing what we think they need to do.
And for all the Gen Zers out there, what can they do right now so they're better prepared and more likable when they enter the workforce?
Yeah, again, it's not tough stuff. It's really taking those steps and being intentional about. Do a little research on the company. Look in the mirror and make sure that you look presentable. Don't just show up there like you just rolled out of bed. And bring some energy. I think that's the biggest thing. A lot of times, maybe it's because the pandemic and other reasons why they haven't been involved socially. They seem a little bit too laid back, I guess, at times. So bring some energy, show that you're interested, be excited about it. There's nothing wrong with that, and that'll separate you from the crowd. And that's really what you're trying to do. You don't need to be the best in the world. You just got to be better than the other people that are interviewing there. And sometimes that doesn't take much.
That was Joel Patterson, the founder of the Vested Group, a tech consulting firm with a culture-first motto.